Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I am excited to be unboxing the highly anticipated Pixel Fold. I pre-ordered the Pixel Fold when it was first announced by Google last month, and I'm so excited to finally have it in my hands. And I actually consider myself pretty lucky to have received it on time. Today is June 28th. I just got it delivered and I am now opening it. From what I saw, there were some people that were not as fortunate and had a pushed out ship date. But now that I have it in my hand, let's dive in and see what's in the box. So here's the box, pretty much what we're used to from Google. It feels pretty heavy, but nothing too crazy. So put this to the side. Flexible screens are softer than traditional phone screens, so please avoid contact with sand, crumbs, fingernails, or sharp objects. It also states here not to remove the pre-installed screen protector that's on the inside. And if you need to ever replace that, don't go through like a third party. Here's your typical books, nothing crazy. In the box, we'll have a USB-C to USB-C cable, a quick switch adapter so you can transfer between devices, and I believe somewhere in here is going to be the SIM ejection tool. So let's get this turned on. So I'm gonna get this set up and then I will be right back. Okay, so I have everything installing currently, but we can just take a look at the phone. So first I want to shout out my buddy RJ. He's another YouTuber and he created this wallpaper pack. So I'll drop a link to his wallpapers down below if you're interested. But yeah, so as you can see here, I did opt for the porcelain color. The Pixel Fold does have two options. You can go with the obsidian, which is essentially like their black or gray, and the porcelain. So in person, this looks more like a white. I thought it was gonna be more like a cream color. Could go either way. I mean, I actually really like it, so I'm glad I chose this one. I did opt for the 256GB option, but they do have a 512 if you are needing more storage. Down here we have your USB-C port as well as the SIM tray. It's nice that when closed, this is actually flush. Like for example, here is the Fold 4. As you can see, there's this little gap here. But I like the way that it is fully closed on the Pixel. You can kind of see the difference there. On the side, we do have our volume rocker and our power button, which doubles as a fingerprint reader. So with the external display, we do have a full 5.8-inch screen. It definitely is wider, as you can see, when compared to the Fold 4. So you will be able just to navigate a lot easier on this Fold. We do get a 2092 by 1080 OLED display at 408 ppi. And for the front display, we are getting 1550 nits of peak brightness. So you should be able to see the display outside in bright conditions. Hopefully you won't have any issues there. And for the internal display, we do have a 7.6-inch with a 6.5 aspect ratio. It is also an OLED at 2208 by 1840 at 3080 ppi. Both the internal and the external offer a smooth display up to 120 Hz. Now this isn't a light phone by any means, There's a lot of phone in your hand when you are holding the Fold, whether it's this one or the Fold 4. But for comparison, I mean, the Fold 4 is 263 grams and this one's 283. So not much more, but we are looking at a 20-gram difference. And I'm sure one of the first things you noticed are the bezels. So obviously next to the Fold 4, the bezels are a lot bigger, but I'm sure once you start using the phone, you won't notice them. I do think it will help when you're using the phone and you kind of have that space to put your thumbs there. I found myself having accidental touches with the Fold 4 just because you kind of had to hold your hands on the edges. That was just me personally. So while they're not the prettiest to look at, it might be helpful. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how it works out. But like I said, it's not the prettiest up front. Probably when you start using the phone, you won't notice it that much. I mean, you still have a lot of screen real estate here, so that's pretty nice. Now with the Pixel Fold, we are getting the same Google Tensor G2 processor that we have in the Pixel 7. We're also getting 12 gigabytes of RAM and a 4727 milliamp hour battery. Now, I know a lot of the concern with the Pixels is the battery life. I mean, obviously Google is saying you will get about 24 hours, but let's be honest, the Tensor G2 isn't the most efficient processor out there, so I'm hoping to get a full day's worth with this, but we'll really just have to wait and see what the battery life is like. Hopefully it gets better, you know, after like the first couple weeks, since there is that adaptive battery. For the cameras on the phone, for the rear camera, we do have a 48 megapixel main camera, 10.8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 10.8 megapixel telephoto. And for the inside, we are gonna have an 8 megapixel inner camera, but since we do have a bezel, the camera is essentially placed in the bezel, not an in-screen camera like we have on the Fold 4. Then in the front, we do have a 9.5 megapixel camera there. So I'm interested to see what kind of pictures I will be getting with the Pixel Fold. Obviously, Google is known to have really great cameras on their devices, but in any Fold device, I mean, there is some give and take, and the picture quality is not gonna be as good as the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro, but I'm sure we'll still get some great quality out of this camera. So I'm excited to take a look into that. But that's gonna be it for this unboxing of the Pixel Fold. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that like and subscribe button as it really helps the channel. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.